In this video, I'll be showing you how to export a video clip to a file or to a self-running executable. First thing we're going to do is log in to the client software, and using our left-hand navigation bar, find the particular camera of interest. Let's pick our front door. Then I'm going to open that up and drill down to the particular video that I'd like to see and save a clip from. So let's pick sometime early this morning. What I'm going to do is slide the green triangles close by to each other because I want a very small clip just to demonstrate how this operates. And one of the things I set is the starting point on the left and the ending point on the right when I want to create a clip. I'll then click on this icon, which is to save a clip from the file. And I will get this dialog box that gives me a couple of options. Let's use the first one first to demonstrate. Save to file. It will save it in this particular folder name, which is the default folder for this save operation. However, I can click this box and select a particular folder I would like as the target folder for this file. The file name will default to save_clip.avi. You can change that to whatever you like. However, just note that the software itself will always save this clip in the AVI format, which is a universal format used by just about all software programs that handle video, including different devices and so on. So AVI is a common format you can use in many places. So let's save this. Okay, and what we've done is we've saved this successfully, and the clip length was 47 frames. As you spread the green triangles out further, the number of frames that will be saved will increase, and it will take longer to save the file because the file itself will be bigger. Okay, so that's one. The second way to do this is, again, save a clip from file, is to check off create a self-running executable. Now what that does is export the file clip just like I just did. However, it will wrap it in an executable program so that it becomes very portable. You don't need a player. You don't need anything else except that one file. It will unwrap the file, extract the video from it, and then execute a built-in player so you can view that video. So let's click OK, and let's save that now, the same video clip, as a self-running executable. Okay, this clip was successfully created. So let's do this one more time, saving a clip from the file. And this time, let me show you a second option. When you create a self-running executable, not only will it put it in this folder with this file name, which you can change, but remember the file name always must end with .exe for executable. It will also give you the option to password protect the file. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the file name so that we don't overwrite the self-running executable we had just saved. So I'm going to make it play_clip1. And I'm going to put a password in here. And I'm going to deliberately not put in the correct password in the second box. When I click OK, you'll see it doesn't match it and tells you the passwords do not match. It does that to make absolutely sure you've typed in the correct password twice. Because once that password is entered into the self-running executable, if you don't enter the correct password to unwrap the video, it will not work. So let's try that again. This time, I will make sure to put the correct password in both boxes. All right, let's click OK and save this self-running executable with password protection. Okay, this clip was successfully created as well. Now, one other option here that I want to show you before we conclude this and then demonstrate to you how these files look when they get saved is the icon right next to the one we were just using shows download this file. What that will do is allow you to download the entire piece that you're looking at, not just simply a clip between the two green triangles that you see down on the bottom, but the entire thing. As you see from the file name that it's going to be saved as, it contains the hours, the minutes, and the seconds which match the file name that we see in our navigation tree on the left side of the client software. So what I'm going to do is click OK and allow that to be saved in its entirety. Okay, and that file was saved in its entirety. It's not just a simple clip of the file, it's the entire thing. So now that we've saved those files, let's go to the directory where we saved them and see how they look. So when we saved the clip, it saves it in the AVI format, so we'll double-click on that file name. And what will come up is Windows Media Player. And as you can see, here's a clip of that particular video. And I can stop that. I can manipulate any place in the timeline that I want to go, and so on with Windows Media Player. Now, the other two that we saved were self-running executables. And let's double-click on the first one. And as you can see, it's initializing the video by unwrapping the executable and then brings up a player, which you can then resize, pick any specific point in time on the player itself, on the timeline. And I can actually go frame by frame by frame, either left or right, forward or backwards, in order to get the specific scene that I need. And again, this is self-contained. You don't need anything else, just the executable file, which is this one right here that's highlighted. And you can transport that to wherever you need. Now, the second issue to that I had showed you earlier is that that particular one is not password protected. The second one we saved, however, is, and it is now asking me to enter the password that I put in originally in order to unzip this file and begin running the video. Now I'm going to put the wrong password in to show you what happens. It's going to immediately give me an incorrect password error and then ask me to enter the password once again. So I'll do that now. Press enter. And as it did earlier, it unwraps the video and the player and begins playing automatically so that you can see what's on the video. You can set the timeline parameters. I can move the slider bar back and forth. Now, there's nothing moving in the scene itself, but in the lower right-hand corner of the video is a time clock that will tell you exactly what time this is and what particular frame you're at in fractions of a second. So this is how you export video to a file or a self-running executable, and also saving it with password protection.